Um, Up next was perhaps the highlight of the night. For sure, I think the match of the night in just like flat out the entrance for Mystico was one of the greatest things I think I've ever seen watching professional wrestling. I'm gonna turn it over to Dan before I jump in with my thoughts. But man, Mystico versus MJF, what did you make of this? And then tell us the significance of the entrance and like how that felt.
Yes. First, so we are in commercial break. People like calm down, and then MJF music hits, and usual pop like, "Hey, MJF is here." But the moment we saw the American flag, like
Who
that's
this
the
man?
moment MJF lose the crowd because I thought, "Hey, MJF maybe get cheered." The moment I saw the music, I hear the music. Sorry, but the moment he show up the American flag, that's the moment we boo him. Like, hey, fuck you, fuck America. We want Mystico to win this. So,
We did
so
too.
he's and then he
Yeah,
and then he discovers the ridiculous Kurt Angle gear, and it's like,
it's
oh, this guy,
it's
man.
like it's like it's this white guy that's dressing like Apollo Creed from the Rocky series, except he's dressed in like the MVP bodysuit thing, and it's like I hate all of this so much.
Yes.
Good on him for able to elicit that reaction out of me, but I was like, this looks so bad. I hate this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know the online reaction to it, hey, MJF is doing this angle again. Like
Hmm.
people don't like it. It has like some serious connotations to it. But
Hmm.
I think it comes from for not understanding. Sorry, lucha libre. It's like
Hmm.
the best way to get hit in Mexico is
Right.
to to insult the country. We are very
Right.
patriotic. We are very
Right.
patriotic. That's why Jeff Jarrett always goes to AAA and starts throwing tortillas to the crowd. It's very racist, of course, but that's a
That's the
good way.
problem. That's the problem,
Yeah,
right? So with
yeah,
MJF, when MJF gets into his pro America bag, right? Like sometimes he can stay out of the danger zone of going into something that's racist or xenophobic. But the problem with him is he'll say that stuff about Takeshita and it's like, oh, okay, you messed up with
yes,
Takeshita. Now I don't want to see you do this ever again because now I know you can't be trusted to know where the line is. So when he brings it out, I'm just like, oh god, I gotta brace myself for some bullshit. I think he actually did pretty well this time.
and of course I agree with you, James. I think the Takeshita thing was nasty. Like that
Yeah,
shit was. Hey, wait a minute. What did you say? Like
right.
that's very wrong, and I think he shouldn't say that again. But
Yeah.
in this moment, I'm talking like in this very particular
Hmm.
moment, in this very
Right. Right.
particular match, in this very particular feud, he did everything right. And then we had the Mystico entrance, which I think it was something incredible. Like I said, Rich, before we went live, I went to concerts. I went to many events before. Like, I think this was the loudest. The crowd was the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like,
Man.
for and if you all want, I want to provide context to the song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like chills,
Like the
man, chills.
Rock.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to provide context for the people that don't know. The song which Mystico walked out, it's called Me Muero from the band La Quinta Estación. And if you search the video, the musical video, the singer falls in love with Mystico. It's Mystico is very featured on the video of the music of the song. So that's why the connection between Mystico and this song, because this song is a love song. It's about a girl who falls in love with a guy, but that guy is Mystico in the video.
That's
So
awesome.
that's the connection, and the song since then is very connected to Mystico's career. Very couple months ago, it was the 20th anniversary of the character of Mystico, so he walked out with the song in Arena Mexico. He got these people sing the song and etc. etc. And it was kind of a meme between the online community Hey, Tony Khan, pay. You have paid for the final countdown. Now, when you have to pay for this song, and he did it. I didn't. I wasn't sure he was going to do it, but hey, he did it, and it was very special. Very special.
Yeah, man. So just seeing it come through the TV, so like I'm sure like the way I received it is different than you did on the crowd. So when I first see him come out, I see he's wearing the blue Sky Team mask, which everybody has since corrected. Hey, this is a Sky Team joint. It is a combination of his mask with a few other guys. But when I originally see, I'm like, oh, it's like he has a Sin Cara mask on, and then MJF last week said, when I think of you, I think of Sin Cara, and basically I grew up watching you wasn't shit, essentially. So this man comes out with that and peels that shit back, and then like you start hearing the crowd just get more and more into it. It actually kind of reminded me of like a twist on the Bad Bunny entrance, the way how epic it felt. But this one wasn't necessarily like a we cranked up thing. This was like, we fucking love this man that's walking out. He is our national hero. This is Wayne Gretzky. This is Bret Hart in Canada. This is Mystico in Arena Mexico. It don't get no like bigger than this, essentially. Yes. And then like all of a sudden I was like, why am I like about to cry? Like, what the fuck am I seeing? And I'm sitting there like tears is coming out, and I'm like, and then I just start thinking, I'm like, bro, like Mystico, like he came to America, and America failed him. Yep. And yes. America has failed so many of us here. Yep. And this shit like crossed like into like a political message for me. It was like, this guy, like America failed us all. They failed that guy, and then he came back and they fucking love him. In this, he peels that shit back, and then it's just like there's some on the other side of all this. And then it was like, this guy Mystico is a fucking superstar. All the stuff we heard about this guy coming in and he's this global icon, it wasn't cap. Like, this guy came out there and it was like, I just felt so connected, and I felt like this was such a special moment. Like, even rewatching it, it was just like, all right, man, let's get Misty in here. Just seeing like how special that felt. And I imagine like, he probably felt real good about that, because his only crime in WWE was carrying himself like a fucking star, apparently. Yeah. And then you see that he gets his name back. They give his gimmick away in WWE. They just treat him like another number, essentially. I remember, they had him just being Alberto Del Rio's personal jobber at a certain point. And this is back when, I first started getting back into watching wrestling. I thought this guy was fucking sensational the first time I ever saw him. And then it just like slowly deteriorated, because obviously WWE doesn't give a fuck about Lucha Libre, and then I see how special this is, and it's like,
Rich,
this is great.
You didn't hear it? WWE finally put authenticity to Lucha Libre. What are you talking about? They finally pulled the seal of authenticity to Lucha Libre.
All right.
They finally did it.
Exactly. Who am I to forget? Yes.
Yes,
but,
Rey Mysterio told me that.
So I don't know what this song is. Like, I just felt the moment. Like, and it was just like, this is really one of the great pro wrestling entrances I think I've ever seen.
Yes. You know what it was like to me, just to give an example. 2000, I took the trip to Japan in end of 2022 into 2023, and I saw Nakamura go to Noah to face Muda, and I don't know when was the last time Nakamura wrestled in WWE that wasn't, or wrestled in Japan and it wasn't attached to WWE officially. And it's one of those things where it's like, Nakamura washed up, blah, 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 and Muda beyond wash, and political, just disgusting work the last few years in Noah. And then Nakamura comes out, and you're inside of Budokan Hall, and like the crowd remembers who this person was once upon a time. And it's like, it's one of those things where when people talk about like the injury stuff, when someone's injured and it's like they come back through the crowd, like will they remember you a certain ways? Like you leave from where you were or you were one of those guys, that kind of special person to this particular arena or this particular country or this region, and it's like, why are they going to remember me that I left for whatever else or all that kind of stuff, or when I, different opportunity, and then like you come back and you get that feeling, it's like that was a special thing, and it was like even beyond the Nakamura thing, where like I actually had to, like, I was texting not the like Nakamura just came out of retirement for this. Like it felt like he came out of the WWE retirement house to be Nakamura again. That I remember for first time I'm seeing 2015 is like you see Mystico in that interest, and you're like, I never got the chance to see him in his absolute peak of popularity in CMLL. But I, like Rich said, I saw him do spectacular stuff in the beginning in his first his first year in WWE before they decided to pull the plug on it or whatever else. And I thought like if he had to be incredible. And to see the crowd react to him take that, it was actually far more emotional than the Nakamura thing that I felt watching back then. And I was like, yeah, this dude, everything that I ever heard about that dude, it was true. Like it's almost like it's literally like when like episode 8 of Star Wars or 6, 7 of Star Wars, when they like do the reboot of the new franchise, is like, remember the Jedi Knights and all how special, and they thwarted the evil and all that kind of stuff in the universe, in the galaxy, and it's like 30 years have passed, and it's like, people said it was a fable, and then you run into an actual person that saw the Jedi Knights. Is like everything you heard is true. It is like, oh yeah, okay. I see. It's one thing to read Dave Meltzer or Lucha blog or hear people talk about Mystico and see on YouTube some stuff here and there or whatever else. It's another thing to finally experience it and see it live, and it's like, oh yeah, that dude was a wrestling god. Is a wrestling god. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I put the wrong kind of tense on that. He is a wrestling god. So that was fun. That was really fun. And then the match was a blast to watch. I gotta say, I thought MJF was on his best behavior. And I thought it was a really fun match to go along with all that. I thought, as you mentioned, I thought it was the best part of the night.
Yes. I don't know if I think you guys know this more than me, but I think this was probably the greatest moment a luchador has gotten in American wrestling history. Like I'm thinking Eddie Guerrero winning in WrestleMania the World Heavyweight title,
beating Brock.
Like that's a big moment, but that's the culmination of the competition. New York failed a guy that's on a level of El Santo, of Blue Demon, of Mil Máscaras, one of the legends of Lucha Libre. That's Mystico. It's that guy. Like, I know he's still active, and when you are ranking GOAT debates, but Mystico, he is the responsible of the latest boom in Lucha Libre in the 2000s, and the second boom, which is CMLL is having right now, is thanks to him. And I'm very happy that he got this moment. Like, he got reivindicated in Mexico, because when he came back, he went back to AAA. He didn't got the Mystico gimmick right away. He got pieces with CMLL. He came back with Mystico, and he got his redemption. But now, in this moment, he got his redemption with American wrestling and with all fans around the world. And like I said, like you, Rich, you saw the Sin Cara mask. That's kind of a dig, isn't it? Like, that's telling New York, hey, I'm not Sin Cara, I'm this guy. I'm this guy, and you didn't know how to present me.
Yeah. I thought this was just like this is peak pro wrestling right here. Like, this was like the combo, the entrance, and the match. The match like hit the perfect tone. Wasn't the smoothest thing you ever seen in the world, but it almost really wasn't about that. Like, it was like just this feeling that I would highly encourage anybody that didn't watch this match to check it out and watch how they were. This felt like when they talk about what working is, working the crowd. This was all there. The Hurt Syndicate was out there. And this thing like culminates into, the La Mystica. MJF does like the visual tap, but the ref doesn't see it from MVP. And then MVP low blows Mystico, and there was disqualification from there. And from there, Actually, he kicked out of the low blow, and then MJF did a low blow in front of the ref, draws a DQ. Then he took Mystico's mask, which I was pissed hot. But this is like, this is what Mystico does. He gets his mask taken. And then everybody came out, basically Bandito, Templario, Teton, Kevin Knight, Speedball Mike Bailey, and they cleared out the Hurt Syndicate, essentially, and they gave Mystico a backup mask. And from here, you're like, when's the second match? When is it? And it's at All In, right? And MJF has put his hair on the line, right? If he loves his business.
Yes. This is a special message to MJF from a Mexican fan. Bro, you have to shave.
You have to shave.
You have to shave, man. If you are a real one, you are going to shave.
You gotta shave.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't agree, and we saw a 6-man tag in Dallas, and I'm giving MJF the benefit of the doubt in the Aniversario CMLL show. If you don't want to do it in Dallas because you want to do it in CMLL in Arena Mexico in the main event of the biggest CMLL show of the year, that's even better for me because maybe I can go to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what should happen. The problem is we know he got on the plane to Turkey to get hair implants. I don't think he's exactly in a rush to go out there and get it shaved off. So we'll see. We'll see.
He's a real one.
We'll see.
He's a real one.
I agree. My thing is, I don't think he really is. That's the problem with him. That's the problem. He gets so much of pro wrestling, and then there's like 5% or 10% that's missing. And that's what's absolutely frustrating about him.
Look, like, hey, MJF, if you hear this, look, I know people in AEW listen to this show. Get MJF this clip and tell him, hey, you know that other 5 or 10%, this is how you tap into it. You go out there and you flip what everybody thinks about you with these plugs. We know you. We saw you talking about Turkey before. If you take the bullet on this, go again to Turkey. You look. If
Bro,
you do this shit with Mystico, if you do this shit with Mystico,
yes, you're a millionaire at this point, Max. You're a millionaire at this point. Shave, and you get the AEW online crowd back. That's it, man.
And the thing about it is, like, we talking about just like when you do the shaved head thing, it's only 6 to 9. It's only 9 months to 12 months where you got to be bald, and you can grow it right back. It comes right back, man.
It'll also work with the Hurt Syndicate gimmick, because then you can have Shelton and Bobby embrace him and be like, "You've joined the Brotherhood." Essentially, you've done the bald thing.
I didn't think about that. But yeah.
So Dallas or Mexico City for you, Max. I'm giving you until September. If you don't do it,
is there any? Okay, September. Okay, because I'm going to say, is there any chance that this is a Forbidden Door thing? Given where we are.
No, you don't do that shit. You don't do that shit and send it to the UK.
The Brits don't deserve this. The Brits can't understand it. Like, they're going to send apuestas match. They're going to send apuestas match, and they're going to do a shitty football chant. No, and I'm going to rant about this. The Brits don't get it. The moment that they saw the comeback spot, and
we just talked about the London School of Lucha Libre.
I agree. They don't get Lucha Libre.
You yelling at me? I agree. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, James, but we actually had that combo in the Social Suplex Discord before. Like, some guy said, "Hey, maybe for Forbidden Door," and I exploded like, "Hey, no, the Brits, the Brits."
Okay, so I suggested that because of where they are when it comes to New Japan and trying to sell matches that will help draw, and like and I get what you're saying. They absolutely don't get it, right?
They don't.
They do get the idea that MJF gets his head shaved. They don't get they won't get the part of, oh my god, the peril of Mystico putting his mask on the line. They won't get that, but they will get the intrigue of this asshole and get his head shaved after he was a dick to Ospreay in Wembley last year. They would get that part at least. They only get half of it, and that's a problem. I agree.
Yes, look,
they only get half of it.
The only way that I would even think about signing off on this is if they do some type of video where Mystico tracks down the London School of Lucha Libre and gets that shit shut down. Like what is this shit?
He's going to pre-tape like Swerve going to Nick Wayne's house and murdering the guys in London School of Lucha Libre or something, man.
Like, man, we need to close this off. You know, where's your building permit? You know.
Oh my God. Yeah, shut this whole shit down.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh.
Who gave you the authority to start the school London School of Lucha Libre?
A Mexican is running this? That's the question, right?
Right.
Or it was a Brit that saw a Lucha Libre match and said, hey, I can do flips. I can teach Lucha Libre.
I love it. So I as far as the you said the list of great moments.
I gotta continue. I'm sorry. Like who is the person that bestowed this upon them? Like who is like the equivalent of the Grand Hamada of the relationships between Mexico and England? There's no person like that. I ain't never heard of nobody like that. Watch somebody be like, watch it. It was William Regal.
Fuck no.
Maybe a Mexican is actually ran that. You know, who knows? We should ask Ospreay, man.
I need to see this person. I need names.
Rich, I don't think this shit real.
Rich, the next time you see Ospreay, that's the first question, man.
The next time
ran London School of Lucha Libre.
the next time I run into Will Ospreay, which could possibly be in 2 or 3 weeks, you know, if I'm in the right place at the right time, I will ask him about the London School of Lucha Libre. You got my word.
And if a Mexican didn't run it, what? Yeah.
Look. Rich, you've met Will Ospreay before. I have one time. It was really weird because actually I met him in 2019 when he was selling merch after that Bandito match we were just talking about. And I saw him and Meltzer have a conversation, and him and Meltzer had this, the way they talked to each other was like, these are two people that do not know each other. Like, these are two people that know of each other but are not friends or are not acquaintances or whatever else. But anyway, if I do meet Will Ospreay again, and Rich, if you there, if you don't ask him, I'm asking. So you better ask.
Let's go, man.
Hey man, I just want to know.
Hard journalism right here.
Yeah.
Hard journalism.
Man, who's the head trainer at the London School of Lucha Libre?
and if a Mexican
was that shit even real? Was that some were you starting kayfabe before he even got into business? Were you in your backyard and you just made that shit up?
Bro, you watch YouTube videos and you made up a school name in order to get into business. We know that, man. We know that. There's no London School of Lucha Libre in England, man. That doesn't exist.
Like that's like almost like, you know what it sounds like? You know how the Young Bucks base were backyard and taught themselves how to wrestle? It's like, yeah, you know, we went to the Rancho Cucamonga School of Lucha Libre.
Bro, and that's more real. At least that's in California. At least that's in California.
Right. You get sold by, okay, like, yeah, somewhere they done messed about and taught us Lucha Libre or whatever else. So they grew up watching or whatever else. That's on the other hemisphere. Get the fuck out of here. That's on a different continent, my nigga. You lying. Stop it.
So I was thinking about the list. This Mystico moment slightly beats out Mil Mascaras eliminating himself from the 1997 Royal Rumble to make sure he doesn't know y'all. You know? So